We are live. We're recording on all cameras. All right.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Aaron Brooks podcast. I mean, the Robertson stash. We're kind of confused here
today.
We're happy
to have you, Matt. We're happy to have
you. Today, I'd like to welcome the very talented Aaron Brooks to the show. How are you today, man?
I'm great. I'm happy to have you on my show.
Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for allowing me to be on this show today. We also got my good buddy Vincent Gordon in the house. Claptrap's not working.
I don't hear you clapping.
You know, when Vince is announced, Vince only accepts clap tracks.
Yeah, there we go. He only needs the real thing.
I need thunderous applaud.
No laugh tracks.
Anyways, me and Vince are good buddies. He was on our last little bonus episode that we did. We just went paintballing a couple days ago.
Epic.
Fuck, I'm all welted up. How are you? How you feeling?
I got one in the back from an unnamed individual.
Sorry about
who was on my team.
Sorry about that.
I don't know who that could have been.
My bad.
Okay.
My bad. No, we worked that out. Didn't you shoot me back for that? No. I don't. Okay. Well, thank you for being here too, Vince. Today, Vince is we're gonna implement some questions in, and we're gonna start doing this live show with some people here. Anyways, so thanks for coming in today. To start off, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, man? Like, what do you do? Where are you from?
Currently I am in Longmont, a little bit above Boulder
Longmont,
right
Colorado.
now. Yep.
Okay.
So in Longmont, Colorado, we've been there. I say we, talk about my wife, Ellie, and I. We've been there about 5 years, in Colorado for about 7 or 8. We love it. We love the scene here. We love the opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, it's a spot for us. We're both from the East Coast. So kind of being out here has opened up a lot of doors for us.
Where in the East Coast were you from before?
I was in West Virginia, and Ellie was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice. And you guys met over here and then moved? Or met over there and then moved?
Yeah, so we met in West Virginia at a music festival. And then she ended up being an art director at a festival in Tennessee and booked me. And I was smitten. So, yeah, it's from then on. I was just trying to.
She's an artist too, right? She's a great artist.
She's unbelievable.
Her.
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool to, we do the same thing. So it's a lot of working off each other and a lot of inspiration that we take off each other and drive and we push each other. So
that's amazing.
It helps out a lot.
What a force.
Oh yeah.
So do you guys collab quite often?
Oh yeah, definitely. We got pieces for the fucking art show coming up. We've got plenty in the past we've done. You'd think that we would do it more, but I think what's great is we both do have our own thing going on. So we're both very busy, thankfully.
Yeah.
But when we find the time to do it together, it's really special.
Oh, what a great dynamic!
Yeah.
It sounds like. So what is this fucking art show? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Honestly, man, this is my baby. I've never planned something like this before. 3 years ago when we first did it, the first year was extreme for me to gather up and all the artists that I really like and I'm inspired by, and not only to invite them, but then to accept the invite when I have no experience or anything to show for it at that first year. I mean, that meant a lot to the friends that I've made in the industry. And so just being on the third year and having a little more experience under my belt, like I'm really trying to push the limits this year at the show and kind of bring a more immersive style show to the table. And but beyond that, it's honestly just so cool to show people everything that I like and people that I look up to and just the talent that's out there that they might have not been exposed to yet.
Heck yeah. So where's this at?
So it's in Long Island. It's Holtsville, New York, at Long Island Glass Gallery. Those guys are great. That's where we've had it every year. It's an unbelievable spot. I mean, you walk into just a beautiful gallery, tall ceilings, hardwood floors, white walls, and then it all connects to this gigantic warehouse that they have these seatings and just places to hang out. We have music back there, DJs performing, but then connected to that, there's about 20 porches where people will be live glass blowing.
Oh, no way.
Just, I mean, it's such a rad place. I mean, I can't find anywhere like it, you know, that can hold this kind of event, you know, and that's why I travel back there, and they've just been so good to me the first 2 years.
So this is where it's been every year?
Every year,
oh,
yeah.
Cool,
it's just like,
cool.
It's such a cool spot. I don't see any point of changing it.
Yeah, why not, dude?
Yeah.
It sounds like an awesome thing. So I got this piece here.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one that I made for the show this year with the new Millies. I'd like you to check it out. What do you think?
Lord have mercy, bud.
It's actually Vincent's idea to make the goat dripping like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I like that a lot. And
that's the first time I've
what's
done
really
anything
cool
like
is
that.
this is the first time I've got to hold this new Millie like this.
Oh, really?
Know? Jerry got on it. He made it, cut it up, polished it, sent it out to all you guys like a boss. He's been helping me out so much this year.
Yeah.
So shout out Jerry Kelly.
Hell yeah.
But man, you have absolutely outdone yourself with this one. I'm so blown away.
Thank you,
like
brother.
The fuck, bud, the hoofs.
Yeah, the hoofs, the beard. They got the eyes.
That's
the
what
eyes.
got me.
Yeah.
And what is his color?
That is transparent gray. Yep.
It catches
Not
that
a fancy
green.
name.
That green that it catches is just outrageous.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, I just looked at the Millie that I was given, and I just kind of pulled some colors from it, like the white, the black. I didn't want to do anything too colorful.
It works so well off each other.
So,
I mean,
I'm stoked to be a part of the show, dude.
Every year you make something that everybody's just like, what the fuck? Yeah. You know, it's an honor, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I remember the first one. Was it the first one? Like it was a giraffe?
Yeah, you had the tongues coming out of it.
Two eyes on each side. I mean, that was a cool piece.
I think when we talked about it, I was like, show me like what you think a giraffe would look like if it hung out at my house for the weekend.
Yeah.
And you just knock it out of the park.
That was a fun piece. That was
great.
A fun piece.
That was solid.
Wow. Cool, man. So what's the date of that show?
So it's September 30th, and what's really cool this year, and what was actually one of the most popular tickets, we did ticket tiers, was the 28th. We have like a fishing trip that sold out first.
Oh, and, wow. How many people are in that?
So there's 30 that are going on this like deep sea fishing trip a couple of days before the show, and it's like a Grateful Dead themed boat, and we're going to feed them, get stoned, and fish. Fuck it. It's just going to be awesome. And then the next day, the 29th, it's a puff and paint. So there's, I want to say 25 people that signed up for that. There's only 5 tickets left for the puff and paint, and then 2 GA tickets left. That's about it.
2?
That's
just
it.
2. So
just
one
2.
couple can go.
One couple can go, and then if you want to do the puff and paint, you can do that as well. But you'll come in, and we have art supplies for everybody, and we get everybody stoned.
Unless a couple of people don't come back from the fishing trip.
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
Make sure you guys wear life jackets up there.
Absolutely. So it'll be cool though. The puff and paint, we pretty much get them stoned, and we do like a step by step, and like we paint like a moon together or something like that.
Oh,
and
sweet.
It's really fucking fun. Yeah,
a good way for your fans to interact with you and
definitely. I'll hop around and I'll like do a little bit on each one of their canvases
that's so cool.
and stuff like that. So it's like a little bit of a collab too. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's a great concept. Sweet, man. Well, I wish I could make it to that one, but one year I'll have to come out and check that out in person.
Oh, if you make it out, we'll make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
We'll go to the zoo.
Fuck
see giraffes.
Hell yeah. Right on. So, I've always wondered. I got my first question here. What exactly is a wook?
Oof.
Is there a definition in Wikipedia or anything?
There shouldn't be.
It'd be Wikipedia.
I'm going to walk that back. There should not be a definition because
it's against wook policy.
Also, yeah, we don't like paper trails, but we also don't like to put. I mean, you can't classify one thing as a wook. Am I a wook? It's absolutely, Matt.
Okay,
absolutely,
I didn't know
you
that.
are. Absolutely.
Wow, I feel embraced.
And that dude back there behind me, Vince.
He's the vice president.
But you know what's great? It's like it's almost like saying electronic music nowadays.
Okay,
There's
so
so many
genres
different genres of wooks that it definitely lumps in quite a few different styles.
Okay, so, is there some specific main genres of wook? Like,
you got absolutely
the country wook,
you have
the
country
city
wooks, you have business wooks, you have
wook.
you have business wooks are obviously my favorite.
Yeah,
definitely. You can learn a thing or two off a business wook.
Yeah,
but there's just so many. I mean, if we sat here and thought about it, I bet you we could make a list of 30. you know?
Yeah,
it's like that.
Flips to 30, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Cool.
it goes deep.
So is it more about a belief or a lifestyle, being a wook?
Both.
Can anybody be a wook? If you believe
put your
enough?
heart to it and your mind to it.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So for anyone wondering out there, you still got time. You just got to believe in yourself.
Yeah, and we're selling kits too.
Wook kit. Yeah. We're going to put those on the website after your starter wook package.
And you can just borrow it.
Oh, yeah. That's what they do. There's only one kit. We just share it around. Yeah. Total wook.
Whoever's got the kit needs to return that shit. You've had it for way too long.
Love that. Wow.
Oh, it's great.
So we tried to do some research on you before you got here, and really with the wook fashion, you're hard to get some information on online, some real facts. But
love to hear it.
We know that you're really heavily connected with Subtronics, the bands. So can you tell us about that a little bit? You did their album cover, is that right?
I've done a few of Subtronics covers for his singles and stuff like that. A lot of the artwork I do for him will be turned into merchandise, or it'll be posters for shows and a lot of miscellaneous stuff. And it's extremely fun. I mean, it was never a set out plan when we first started working together. It was him and his manager hit me up to make 3 Cyclops, and I was like, this is great, this will be really fun. I think this was back in 2000.
Did you say a 3-eyed Cyclops?
No, 3 different Cyclops.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So because that's
I was going to say that would have been, yeah.
So
I like that, the 3-eyed Cyclops. It's like a Band-Aid.
No, I'll pitch that.
You have 3 eyes, but identify as a Cyclops.
Yeah. He's a Cyclops, but he has 2
Aaron,
freak eyes.
The farthest from the brand you've ever been. But it was cool when they hit me up for the 3. I saw it as an opportunity. I was like, I'm going to put my style into this, incorporate it into this logo, because as an independent artist, if you can find a chance to put your style or something that's recognizable into a logo that you think is going to get used a lot, it's really good cross promotion.
Yeah, it's great.
So it's very heavily, the first ones I did were just so my style, not expecting us to work together for now 6 years. So it's
so now it's like Subtronic style too.
It honestly is. I'll get kids
cool.
online that'll be like, your work looks like a knockoff Subtronics, and I just tell them
little
thanks.
little look.
I'm like, I just say thanks, I appreciate it.
I love that.
Thanks a lot.
The humble look.
It is what it is. Explain it to them just takes a longer time.
Yeah.
And they still might not get it, But
you need a one-word answer for that sometimes.
It is. It's cool though to see how much they've blown up, and what he's done with his career is fascinating, because he's just destroying it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put some on in the shop. It's
It's heavy.
Yeah, that heavy.
He's
robotic
definitely
techno.
He's influenced by a lot of the music you grew up listening to. It was definitely heavy music, and seeing it kind of bleed over into things that he makes. I mean, he's a talented producer, man. Put all of his energy and time into music. You can tell. That's awesome. Yeah. So do you go to a lot of their shows and festivals?
Yes.
We'll do, especially if we do the poster for the show. Like, for instance, I'll work with Ellie on some of these. She's excellent with architecture. So if they're playing in a unique building or arena, usually she hops on and helps me with the poster, and she'll do the architecture, and I'll draw the Cyclops that's coming down.
Oh, the art of the.
She'll draw the actual building, because they'll want to advertise that. Just for instance, they just announced one in Washington, the Cyclops Dome. It's this beautiful, huge dome out there in Seattle.
It's called the Cyclops Dome?
And that's what they're calling it now. But it's I don't know what the actual dome's called out there. Oh, the Tacoma Dome is what it is. Yeah. And so where that's like a really, big, noticeable venue, they bring Ellie on because she can do the building so well. And we get to work together on the projects too, which is great. And so when we do stuff like that, we know they're going to make merchandise. We really do try to make it out there because it's special for us too. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. But he tours so damn much, it would be impossible for me. The hats off to him, man. Those guys put the time in.
That's cool. So where do you mainly sell your work and get your work out there right now?
Online's been amazing. The festival scene is really good to us as well. This year we've been switching it up a lot, and I've been trying, working with different companies, and that's what it's all about. When you do what we do, is trying different things out and see what works. And it's been really fun this year doing that. But online festival circuit is huge for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So when I was just looking at your page this morning, I noticed the recurring moon theme in a lot of your work. Is there something about that? Are you drawn to the moon?
Absolutely. I think everybody is.
I am more than most people, I feel like. Because I like, what do you think the moon is?
Fucking, that's what it is.
Is it a hollow satellite out there to keep us all safe and comfy?
It's one of those things that gets my ticker going. Because it's like, it fascinates me.
Every time they've landed on the moon, it's rung for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
then they crash landed the rover, and it sounds like it's hollow.
It's like a giant bell. Yeah.
It's like a giant bell.
Yeah.
And all the meteor depths go to only a certain level.
Right.
And it's
that's why those craters all look the same.
Yeah. Even the big ones are like flat. So there's like and even I've heard that the surface, so some theories are that when the Earth was forming, chunks went out and created the moon. But I've heard that like it's 1 billion years older than anything on the Earth.
I believe it.
So it is weird how it's the only perfect eclipse that we can see in our solar system.
Let's just say that nothing about it checks out.
Yeah, who was the first person on the moon? Do you know that?
I'm not gonna fucking.
If you're the moon guy, you should probably look that up. But.
I'm not even gonna pretend like that even happened.
Okay.
Because it's like everything about it is so sus.
Well, it was Neil A, right? Neil
Armstrong?
Armstrong.
They say.
Well, what's Neil A spelled backwards?
Alien.
Fuck. These are the things I hate.
Did you hear Vince?
Yeah, Alien.
Yeah. So, is it a conspiracy? Is it a Kubrick film, or was it Kubrick?
I'm not at liberty to discuss this.
Okay, we can't talk. Moving on. Moving on. All right. So you go to a lot of crazy festivals. What's one of your craziest festival experiences that you can talk about? And we're just on YouTube right now, so
that's fine. I don't care.
I mean, whatever.
No, honestly, I would have to give it to my friends at Infrasound. So for 5 years now, I paint one of the stages as the festival goes on, and it's a pyramid out in the woods, this wooden pyramid, and they have these very, very loud speakers beside
Sounds magical.
I mean, it sure is. Just think about it, guys. We're out there in the middle of the woods, white pyramid, just me, just a ladder, a bunch of paint, and the whole festival, it's going on. There's kids behind me just going nuts the entire time, and I finished this pyramid by the time the festival's over.
Wow.
And it's extremely fun, but it all started, the one festival I went, I think it was 2014, and they're like, hey, we got this pyramid stage, do you want to paint on it? I was like, hell yeah. So I start on the bottom. I'm going in. It's going great. And I'm like, obviously, I can't reach the fucking top of this thing. And I go get the guys that are running the thing. I'm like, hey, guys, I can't reach the top. And they're like, okay, that's cool. I'm like, I'm tripping pretty hard, too. And they were like, all right, well, let's get you a ladder. I was like, fair enough. And so they, give me this ladder, and we've been doing it for, 6 years now. And we haven't progressed past the ladder. I'll tell you that much. It's still, my calves are bussin', as the kids say. They are fucking thick.
Yeah.
And my legs are dead afterwards, but it is so fucking fun. I mean, there's nothing like it. It's like the ultimate live painting experience for me doing that.
So it's 4 different sides of pyramid? Or
yeah, so I just do the front too, because the back is backstage.
Oh, okay.
It's obviously open so the DJs can get in and out.
Oh, cool.
But just that front side, I mean, I'll be the first to tell you guys, it's not my best work, because that entire fucking pyramid is vibrating the entire time.
Yeah.
There's kids shoving shit in my pocket. There's it's just, there's something going on at all times. And I'm on a ladder just trying to hold my shit together. And it's, and I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I like that. So that brings me to my next, what's one of the largest murals you've done before? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think it was it was actually crazy enough inside the Miramar Theater in Milwaukee. It was 12 feet long and 8 feet high.
Okay.
And they had the side doors open, these industrial fans, and I was able to spray paint inside the building during the show.
Yeah.
And I did that all in about 3.5 hours.
Damn, dude.
And again, I was dead afterwards, but it was so fun. I think that's probably the largest one I've done by myself.
So you cover a lot more. I used to graffiti when I was younger, and that was my first charge I ever got.
Oh, yeah.
Cops with their guns drawn, drop the cans.
Yeah.
Got mischief under 5. But
boom.
So you can cover a lot more space with a can than you can a brush,
it's
right?
insane, definitely. I prefer being able to get in and do detailed work because I like doing that. It's the way I like to see my work finished. But working with a spray paint can, when you're doing something live painting, it's more, I think, of the experience and the people seeing you working. Sometimes then it is a performance more than it is like I'm not trying to sell this final piece. I mean, it's a giant 12-foot mural that's probably gonna get broken down. It is more about just the performance and like interacting with people that maybe want to meet you and stuff like that. I don't try to worry myself and stress out the piece so much at those type of things. And
do you go back in and like fine tune anything with a brush?
If they're gonna keep it, definitely. Like a lot of music festivals, we've done that, and they're like, hey, we're gonna put it back up the next year. Then definitely by the end, we'll take our time, go in, detail, fine tune, and polish it up if they're gonna store it somewhere.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. So.
Joints?
Oh, who's got a lighter? Anybody?
Oh, you know what? I got you one.
You got one for me? Six.
I just made these with the guys from Casher, and I brought them out to the Secret Dreams Music Festival I did.
Oh, damn.
But
oh,
it was just
wow.
some extra shit. So you wear this chain.
Wow.
Right?
You're giving this to me?
Yeah. There was only 30 of them made.
Shit.
But they were super, super dope.
I need one of these, like seriously for work. Because like I can't
Start
blow
the torch.
glass
Exactly.
until I get one. And everyone's a weed smoker around here, so my lighter
it's
jar.
on a Casher, so the lighter can slide out of that
oh,
right there.
Hell yeah, dude.
Boy.
Thank you, my boy. Thank you.
You got it.
Oh, that's heady, man. That is super cool.
Yeah, it's got my initials on the Casher too, so you can't forget
Hell
me.
Yeah. Well, we'll take some close-ups of this, and damn, dude, thank you very much.
You got it, bud.
So when you go to these festivals, when I used to go out and go to these raves and like concerts, and if I was there late at night and everyone was out of there, there'd be like people ground scoring, dude.
Oh yeah.
What's one of your greatest ground scores that you've ever found? Have you found any? Or
Oh my God, I have a whole box of spoons.
A box of spoons,
a whole little tiny
spoons?
Cereal spoons for tiny bowls of cereal.
Oh yeah. I've seen those. Yeah,
I got a nice collection of those, and they're all very unique. But wow, yeah, the ground scores. Funny enough, that's actually a company I've been working with lately.
Ground Score?
The name of their company is Ground Score, and
that's
it's
a good
just
name.
it is. It's definitely it's just tied into the scene very well because people respect the ground score. It's like an unwritten law, man. You pick that up, that is yours.
Yep.
I don't care if it's a birth certificate.
Yeah, and you have to do it no matter what.
You have to.
What's your most expensive find?
I mean, I have found some family silver, so some really nice Grateful Dead jewelry, some silver jewelry, and then funny enough, that same fucking ring I lost to the ocean, so now it's like pirate treasure in my opinion. So that'll be the ultimate ground score when somebody finds that.
Bottom of the ocean score.
Bottom of the ocean ground scores are number one. Okay?
Yes, that is like pirate treasure.
It is. The pirate treasure
booty.
just trumps everything.
That's cool.
That was the original ground score.
Yeah,
Was pirate treasure.
For sure. And then they would bury it and put it next there.
That's good.
A word from our sponsors. Hey, what's up, everybody? Have you ever wanted to make hash at home? Well, Low Temp Industries has got you covered. They sell do-it-yourself rosin kits. They're the one-stop shop for all your home and commercial rosin extraction needs. And I'll tell you, we had one in the shop for about a week, and it is absolutely a good time to squish your own hash and smoke some fresh dabs right off the press. So you don't even have to leave your house to get your own hash. Find them on their website at lowtemp-plates.com or on Instagram at lowtemp.industries. Now back to the show. So, we're going to get into some questions that some of your fans, we put the word out there this morning, and we got some questions from the fans. We're going to have Vince ask you some. But here's my one question before we start that off. What advice do you have for anyone thinking about a career in painting or, art or whatever, design, not necessarily painting, but drawing, the arts?
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for somebody?
Absolutely. I would say, just off the top of my head, don't go in one direction. I think that can be detrimental to an artist if they
pigeonhole themselves.
Dead set on, I want to sell prints. I want my prints to do well, or I'm gonna make hat pins. Don't do that to yourself. I think for your style of artwork, the safest thing to do is to try the different avenues, because we're so lucky as artists to be able to put that on so many fucking different things. I mean, it's almost inconceivable the amount of things that we can put art on once the art is finished. Exactly. So when you try these different avenues, see where your fan base is at, see where your demographic is, where it lies, and try different shit. Get out of your comfort zone, because being comfortable as an artist is terrible.
Yeah.
It's death.
It's not a good feeling. It is.
You do not want to be comfortable, so you got to push yourself. It's uncomfortable to be an artist.
And no one else is really telling you to do that. No. You kind of have to tell yourself before other people say, okay, you're not my favorite anymore.
Self-discipline's it's something I constantly am learning, and I try to fucking work on every year. And Vince has taught me a shit ton, man. Just just working with Vince, anytime I work with an artist, if you're working with someone and not taking one good aspect that they practice or they do from the experience, then it's just wasted time. Because everybody does their shit different.
I agree. Collabing is like a class.
It is. You're taking a class.
You guys both kind of.
It doesn't matter if it's the tiniest thing, or like how you turn your fucking torch on. Like it's like that
little
thing.
You're not paying attention.
Exactly. You got to learn something.
Hell yeah. So, that just reminds me of something. So do you license any of your work out to companies? Or
all the Subtronics work is
licensed out. You have a license agreement with them. Okay. Yeah. And so do you copyright any of your work?
So with that, it's the agreements of flat rates, what we do for our stuff. Okay. And then what's really cool with that is it allows me, say I worked really hard on an image for them, and without using his logo, the Subtronics name, I can take the artwork I created and I can go make fine prints for myself. Sweet. And that's all for me.
Yeah, because you'd be the copyright
and
owner.
And the fact that they let me do that and I get to take the money in from the prints is it's just such a homie thing. Yeah. It's great. I make the money I would have gotten probably trying to get licensing for the percentages from merchandise. I make that off selling the prints for them. You know what I mean? It's awesome. It's such a sweet deal. It's one of those things where it's so
everybody
nice,
wins,
and I don't even want to touch it. Don't want to mess with it. Where everybody's doing so good and they're focused on in their lane right now. It's let's just do this until something else pops up. I
love that.
Yeah,
I love that. All right, well, let's get into the questions from the fans. A little Q&A. We got Vince over there. Did you find a few good ones, Vince? we literally posted it. Oh, there's anything appropriate? We literally posted maybe 30 minutes ago, and how many questions got back? 40 or so. Jeez, you got a good following, dude.
They are awesome.
You posted.
No, they are.
I got 2 answers, but
being able to get feedback from them just on artwork and different stuff and business and this whole fucking whatever it is, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Great way to interact with
is.
people.
Absolutely.
Without actually giving them your address and saying, come on over. Let's have a coffee. Yeah. Let's have a tea. All right, Vince. Let's hear them.
All right. So Peter Reme wants to know, do you have a favorite piece of your own? And do you remember all or most of your pieces?
2-part question.
That's good.
Well, it's actually a 3-part. So
you're not done yet?
But we'll just start there. Okay.
Yeah. What's the last part of the question?
And he says, I was going to save this because it's kind of like a separate question, but it's also a pretty cool one. It says, do you sometimes see an older piece and remember the situation surrounding the specific time?
That's where I was going. I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
So that's a well-rounded question. I mean, it's
lots of questions.
Yeah. So what's great is with this style that I've done, it's a lot of the same looking faces and characters. Mm-hmm. It's very much so based on what I'm going through my life at that time, how I'm feeling, who I'm with, where I'm at. It does work as a visual journal. And a lot of the times when I get to see an older piece pop up, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, or at a friend's house, I'll go right back to where it was. And it's great. I've done that for myself. I don't think on purpose, but it's easy for me to kind of just fall right back into some sort of low end acid flashback to where I was at that time. And it's so nice because I mean, it's for the longest time, my artwork was really just there was no I guess direction is what I want to say. But then once I started realizing it, I'm like, I'm painting how I feel. And that's a huge blessing just to be able to do that alone and take feelings out, whether they be good or bad on paper or.
I love that.
Sure, you've done that on a torch and take that out. So, I mean, but as far as having a favorite piece, that changes very often. I mean, this year I'm really liking this stress ball that I did. It's this huge 22 by 30 inch piece that'll be at the art show. All black and white, and it's just different forms of stress all in this little ball. And cool. I did it when I was I was so fucking stressed out. But like now I have this thing to that got me through it. And then it also, represents being on top of your mental state and just being like, I know that I'm stressed out.
I love
that
make
a fucking piece of art about it.
I love that you said your artwork is like a visual journal,
like a journal,
a visual journal of how you're feeling that day.
Sure.
So it's like the sun with the three eyes. Is that like a happy vibe?
Absolutely. Okay. There'll be literal fucking smiley faces in there. Like, I mean, it's really like, what's great is emotional style of like anything that's portraying emotion in my work can also be taken the opposite way by somebody looking at it. Like something that was done out of sadness in my end could make somebody so fucking happy. Just by the way it's drawn, and that interests me a lot because I'm like, it'll be sometimes the pieces I've made when I was at a low point that people will be like, me and my girlfriend love this piece. We're going to put it on our wedding invitations. I'm like, fuck, dude, I was in a dark place when I did that.
You just don't bother telling them that, though,
absolutely
right?
not. No way. Absolutely. Exactly.
But often I find like when you're in a dark place, good will come out of it, and you got to be sad to be happy, dude. Yeah. Like honestly, that's the light roller coaster of life.
It is.
Dude.
It absolutely is. If you can harness that and make anything good out of it,
you realize it's gonna pass. Yeah, and something good's gonna happen around the corner.
Like you win if you can make something good out of a bad situation.
That, man. Like you got. I'm starting to realize like when I'm feeling down, like just go. Like just you're feeling down. It's
keep pushing. Blow past it.
It'll get over. It'll blow over.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's so. Yeah. So that's a great.
That's a good question. Definitely.
Yeah. That was a good one.
We met for you.
Yep. Throw them in, Matt. As long as you're not in Canada. Yeah. No, I'm just joking. It cost me double. But we'll do that. We'll do that. That was a good question. Even if you're in Canada, but I doubt you are.
Definitely. Dame wants to know, what was the lowest point in your career thus far, and how did you bounce back?
Yeah.
Can we answer that on here?
No, we can. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like, if we're talking about my career and not my fucking life, like those are two different things that I try to separate.
Damn, and that's an important distinction to make.
That's tough to do
living this life. Those lines are blurred for sure.
It's so hard to do because it goes hand in hand. But I mean, just thinking recently, we had when COVID hit and we had a bunch of stuff planned and pretty much having to rethink how we would approach different situations. Like that was tough on us. That was extremely tough on us. I had, the fucking art show was planned then and we had ticket money.
It's like a hiatus
and we kept trying to push it and push it and push it. And I think we had for like 6 months, we tried to push it and then eventually cancel it, refunding over thousands of dollars of tickets and stuff like that. And just wondering how things are going to be, like at that point as an artist, you did question things as to like, what is my role important, during those, it was scary times,
stressful.
It was definitely, something where like, this is what we love. This is what we have to do, no matter what. Like artists have been around forever. So I think
fucking cops out there,
no, just keep your head down. Just keep your head down. But I think as far as lowest points, there's so fucking many. How the hell would we pick one, Vince? It's
so not one that really stands out to you.
I will say, like, I am the type that I'm not gonna post about the shit I'm going through most of the time. I don't think people have like a capacity to hear about any more terrible things in this world. So it's like there's just a lot of up and downs in this career. It's pretty much constant. It's weird when things are going good for a long time.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. It's just the only way to put it. So if you're not like
Observation. Yeah. When things are going good and you're realizing they're good for so long, it's like, that's a weird state of mind to be in.
I'm like, something's being done behind my back right now.
What's going on? It's too good. For real.
And so, I would say that bouncing back is something that we have to do yearly, and it's not just one time thing. Bouncing back, it's constant. There's always something, whether it's personal life or business. We signed up for this.
Bounce back better at each time.
Every time, exactly. And you're stronger every time.
And you learn. You never lose. You learn.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude. Like any losing moments, you learn what not to do next.
Absolutely.
time. Yeah.
I mean,
if you can do that, then you're winning. Really,
it's all
losing
about
is winning.
The live and learn situation. That's how so many of us get by in life. So it's like, maybe it sucks for a little bit that month, but now you're stronger. That certain thing might not happen to you.
Yeah,
again.
imagine if your life was just like this, like just like
fuck that.
It's funner, like a roller coaster.
It really is.
It's funner, more fun.
It's your literal heartbeat.
Yeah. And when I was gonna say, when the bad stuff does happen and you get past it, that certain thing probably won't happen to you again as an artist because you're ready for it.
Yeah.
But something else is coming, and some other lessons coming. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Love that. Great answer. All right, what's the next one, Vince?
What's your most favorite piece of art you've ever made? And what kind of pieces do you not like being requested for? Artist red flag, ?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Commission red flags, I think she's asking about.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite piece?
Artist red flags. But that could be a whole podcast.
Yeah. No, seriously, that would be its own podcast. I would say I had the opportunity to create a piece of artwork for my idol. I really look up to Ralph Steadman a lot. The Gonzo artist, Fear and Loathing. I mean, Ralph's a big inspiration to me, and how he approaches a piece and how he finishes it. It's very inspirational to me. I had a friend of mine, the Chambers Gallery, that was curating a gallery for him out in the UK, and I was like, "That's incredible! Congratulations, he's a legend." Mm-hmm. And he said, "Is there anything that you would want to give him?" And I said, well, fucking course. Let me go upstairs and devote a week to a piece and send him a piece of artwork that he can keep. And so it was this character of mine, super wonky dude, just like tried my hardest to impress him, and it was a big speech bubble that just said, "Hey, Ralph," you know what I mean? And that was going to be my gift to him. That. And so he brings it to him, and Ralph, he loved it. He told Ralph and like how much I look up to him. And so Ralph draws this little character in the corner and a big speech bubble, and it just says, "What?"
That is so sick.
And he fucking mailed it back to me so I could keep it, and it's like
no way.
My prized possession, man.
Hell
definitely.
Yeah,
I think that one means a shit ton to me. So that's right beside my bed on some weird shit.
That's dope.
I make Ellie look at it.
Good night, Ellie. Good night, painting.
Good night, painting. Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, Ralph.
But red flags, I will not paint your kid. Ever.
Like on the kid?
I will paint a picture for your kid.
Okay, but you won't paint the actual
so
kid.
What I tell them, they're like, I want you, like I just said, like, baby, like, you paint my baby. And I'm like, it's not going to look like it's just not going to look like your baby. I'm going to tell them right now, like, you're going to be, it's like, grandma's not going to fucking like this painting. You know what I mean? So that,
you don't want to hear from grandma.
No, I don't, man. No. So portraits, I'll send them straight to Ellie. I'm like, this is, she's a beast. You know what I mean?
And
you want a portrait?
Down to do that?
She crushes it. You know what I mean? She is a monster with it.
Love
She can paint portraits very well. I think it's her specialty. But I think, portraits in general. I mean, I'll attempt to do some like pop culture icons the best I can, but trying to make like somebody, it's almost like I feel like I'm going to offend them.
You know, I just started following these website or these Instagram pages of like caricatures who do the portraits, but they're the funny ones.
Yeah.
And they'll like make a mountain on your forehead.
Yes.
If you got, and like people crack up dying. I
sure.
love that
and then
shit.
some people
But
in the streets are fucking offensive. They're like, they get offensive. They're like, I don't have like I don't look like that.
I don't got a gap between my teeth.
And so like, I'm like, you don't want me to draw your kid, you know? Like,
yeah. Yeah,
I think portraits are a big no for me.
Yeah,
but other than that, I mean, I used to have a pretty absurd business card that used to say, "I'll paint your asshole if the money's right." So
Jesus,
we put that on this podcast.
Hell yeah, we can.
Holy fuck.
So yeah, that
I
was.
love that.
You're hitting a whole nother market.
I was saying that's where I was, Vince.
Yeah.
That's where I was at the time. It was a long time ago. Like,
You're way ahead of OnlyFans. Ahead of your time. Oh shit.
Oh, that's good. All right. Did we wrap that? Did we hit on all the points on that question?
Yeah, I think that was solid. I think he crushed that for sure.
I usually don't like when Vince is behind me and I can't see him.
We got the setup like this. It's all gonna. It's gonna cut together. Just.
I feel like every time
It's a trust. It's like a trust fall.
Like a horror
Well,
movie.
you know what? We should put a mirror. I'll put a mirror right here, and then you guys will not have to. Wait till we go to the current events section. You're gonna have to look at the TV.
Oh.
We're fucked. Yeah. All right. Okay. Next question.
All right.
Let's make this one a quick one because Aaron's neck is hurting.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to do some yoga after this episode.
What was your first psychedelic experience, and how did that change your art or perception of art?
Was not doing artwork when I started eating those mushrooms. I will say I was not serious about it. I was eating those in high school, and I found them profound just by the way that they opened me up to whatever it was. I mean, I was just...
So what's this first experience like? What were you like? What kind of?
So
mushrooms?
it was a big house party.
Yeah.
Friend came over. I'm talking huge house party in high school, and he's like, "Got a half ounce of mushrooms. You guys take what you want." I probably ate about 3 grams.
And there was no like penis envy, like thrash.
These looked really nice. I mean, these are probably just some
Don't
West
even worry
Virginia
about it.
straight picked out of cow shit mushrooms, probably.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's just the way that I felt, though. I knew that I had unlocked something. Wow. I knew I was like, this is something for me. You know, this has got me written all over it. I haven't felt this way since I first tried weed. And, you know, so mushrooms were heavy to me. But when I first started getting into painting and really taking it serious, I'll never forget when I first actually made the plan to, I'm going to eat these and I'm going to do this with artwork. And it's way much easier said than done. It's fucking hard to do artwork on acid or mushrooms. It's so
you don't
easy.
Want to do that.
I'll
do everything else except for what.
No, I don't want to do the structured plan that I had for myself tonight. No way. But
it's like, let's organize my book collection from A to Z.
That being said, that's what I took from it was, okay, like this looks like shit. It's not what I wanted to do. But now I have a brain full of ideas from that night. It's just, I mean, it was like, it felt like cheating, you know, at that point. I was just like, oh, fucking, I could nonstop draw things right now.
So for inspiration, it's a great
It's almost
tool.
like you take the day off to just fill up the car with gas, and then the next day you're traveling. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much what it felt like. It's just, every time I did it, I was like, okay, well, I just need to focus and make sure, you know, if I see something, try to remember it. Maybe write it down. Sketchbooks when I started tripping. That was great. That's pretty much the equivalent of like the work that you're doing on psychedelics is sketchbook work. Like you're not gonna, I mean, hats off to the guys that probably do psychedelics and paint beautiful things. Not me. That's not me. That's not what I do. It's just very much so just throw up of ideas, you know, but that's great for me. And because getting a artist block or a writer's block or whatever it is, those suck, and they can last.
For me, it's called a blower's block.
A blow block, yeah.
Blower block.
I mean, it's just. Can we say that?
I think we're going to be popping up on some different websites.
Yeah, we will. But I think it can last one day or a month. Those blocks, it's terrifying. Yeah. It's really tough, and I think when you can just simply eat some mushrooms, go out into the woods, and clear your mind, something just that simple for me has fixed that problem before, and it's such a necessary tool. Yeah. I mean,
not just with art too, but just with like
life.
Socializing, and like life, like resetting how you.
Oh man, I hate to be that guy. It's like, yeah, everybody should microdose, but like everybody should fucking microdose.
Macrodose.
Yeah, like, give me a macro, baby. Yeah. But it's true. I mean, like just on your, just the way life is in general, man. Just a little bit of psychedelic mushrooms in my life when I've done like week-longs, just probably like 0.1s in the morning.
Yeah. Just
insane differences. It's crazy. Somebody had told me though, whenever, like, cause there's a lot of the mushroom chocolates that are going around now.
Yeah.
So apparently like the mushrooms are like the way they guide the mushrooms through your system, like works with the chocolate.
Oh,
the way you digest it is supposed to like help out a lot when you digest mushrooms. And I thought that was super, like natural, like cacao.
Oh,
like helps you like take the mushrooms through without so much of the stomach pain when you're breaking down raw mushroom.
Yeah, I got some fancy mushroom chocolates, like for people like Hollywood star shit that you call this, and then you get it. Yeah, I'll show you the packaging.
Fuck yeah.
And it's blue chocolate, sparkly chocolate, and blue sparkly chocolate. I'm sure they know what's up.
Vince has done his fair share of marketing designs for cannabis companies as well, but I'm sure you have as well, Vince. But I'm getting hit up now for mushroom packaging, and a bunch of people that want graphics for their mushrooms, and I'm just like, this is like,
have you heard of Shroomski magazine? Dude?
Yeah, Shroomski.
Okay, Shroomski.
Shout out Shroomski. Shout out Shroomski.
Shout out Shroomski.
Fuck yeah,
hell
man.
yeah,
definitely.
That one's for you, Shroomski.
Had my boy John Speaker on their last cover of their magazine too. Great. That was awesome.
Yeah, perfect. I love them. They are my new friends. I'll tell you why after the show.
Hell yeah! That event that they had in Denver looked badass.
I didn't see it.
It looked really awesome.
Oh, really? Was that their like launch or something?
Yeah, I think it was like a launch for it.
I've seen the launch. Yeah,
the guys that put on the Secret Dreams Festival were pretty involved with it.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Dope. That was a good one. Keep them up, Vince. I think we got one more left on this segment, and then we're gonna check your battery, and we're gonna. But we got one left. Scott's giving me the okay. We got one left.
This is a good one to wrap it up.
Okay.
If you could start all over and do it again, would you do it the same way?
If I could start all over and do it again, would I do it the same way?
Wait, with the knowledge you have now, would you be retaining what you've learned so far and starting from the beginning, or is it? Wait, I guess you'd have to make that decision.
Probably.
So you have everything you've learned now, and you're going back, and you're living from your like 20s to your 40s.
Yeah,
again,
I mean,
like obviously play a certain
there's
stocks.
There's
right?
definitely like
time machine
things I would change. I think everybody would, but it's so tough, even for myself, to say what worked so well, what did it. You know what I mean? Besides the obvious things, like...
Well, do you have some pivotal moments in your art career where you...
Yeah. I mean, shit. There was when I met Ellie, and before that, I mean, I was living in a van, and I was totally okay with that. Yeah. And I was just, I was very driven just to do this look, lifestyle, art. I was like, I'm all in, but... I knew that's not a forever thing that you can do realistically and have like a comfortable lifestyle, which everybody desires, Mm-hmm. So the things that I did, the hard work that I put in, I wouldn't change any of that. Maybe some of the choices of, where I spent my energy and my time with certain people, certain things. Of course, I'd be insane to not change certain things like that. But other than that,
see where they ended up.
I mean,
to go back
exactly. I mean, just the way things worked out and the times they did, I feel like it all happens for a reason because I'm at certain points that I can grasp things better. I can understand things better and see what it affects and see.
It's also like it's all about the struggle, dude.
It really is.
If you gotta handed it, like, if you're handed it, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
If somebody was like, hey, would you go back and maybe not do that business situation and that just caused you stress? Duh.
Yeah.
Sure. But did I learn something from that?
So if you were to go back and make only the right decisions in this new life that we're talking about, you probably wouldn't be it'd be a different person.
It would be, I'd be a different person.
You'd be probably, who knows what the outcome would be, really.
I'm a little more outspoken in my business relationships. I demand things that I want for my brand, and I used to not do that. I used to just be happy if somebody wanted to help me. But now I'm like, no, I've worked my entire life for this. It feels like I'm not going to just let somebody come in and fuck it up, so, but if things went all well, maybe at a higher point in my career, somebody could have came in, fucked it all up because I wasn't on my toes for it. So you really can't change too much, if you're happy where you are, because might not be that way if you change anything. It's just, it's so hard to say.
It could be too sweet.
It's
then you
so
get
hard
sour,
to say.
like,
Yeah.
Or what, you know, like that's weird. Yeah. I've just been thinking about that.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's
you got to go through those.
You have to.
Everyone needs.
Yeah.
Oh, great question, man. That was a good one, Vince. Thank you.
I didn't make it up. You
made it up? That was from
No.
Who's that from? We're giving him a move, man.
That was Elliot Stock who asked that.
Thanks, Elliot.
Good question, Elliot.
You know, I started just to pick on Vince back there. That dude put me through artist boot camp the first time we worked together and lit a fire under my ass.
Yeah, what's artist boot camp like?
I was very undisciplined. Whenever I would work with Vince, it was like, I'm like, hey, Vince, I've never sat at a table this long and painted. Just want you to know that. You know what I mean? And this guy would sleep on the floor for 4 hours and get back up and paint for 18. And it was inspirational, though. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, it was definitely something that pushed me, you know, working with Vince was when we first did Melty Bros together. Like, it was a pivotal point for me to see, hey, you got a good chance here to do some serious work and do this for the rest of your life. Put some more fucking time into it.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely, I got a hats off to.
Shout out.
You can't hear me, right?
It's all love, brother. You know, I was just fucking investing in the future, man. You know,
Vince really made it happen then.
Oh,
kinda.
definitely. That's it.
Okay. Forgot about this laugh or this board here.
You got a good laser on there. I'd like that. I'd like to press that button.
Oh, I got a laser. I'll show you.
You got a laser.
I got a sick laser.
Okay.
A sick laser, light cigarette.
Oh,
light,
shit.
Lights up. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to play with that.
I use it for stargazing.
I sure do like setting things on fire.
Well, we can do that. We can pop
cool.
balloons.
Okay, that's cool.
You don't want to look at it too long while you set fire because you got to have special glasses.
Don't want to end up like Hawaii.
Yeah, you got to have red glasses. Anyways, now it's time for the current event section. So, what do you guys got for current events? Anything?
Ooh, current events.
We're going to release this one fairly quickly. So, have you seen Trump's mugshot?
Oh, my God. The first one I saw, somebody had superimposed the blood sign in his hand, and I thought that was
I love that.
That was tasteful. That was very nice. And if I can't buy a shirt of that tonight, I'm disappointed.
Both sides are using that for merch.
Should.
Like the one side saying, yeah, he's locked up, and Trump's like, yeah, I'm locked up.
He does not look happy.
I don't understand. Like he's just like a Kardashian at this point.
But
you can't do no bad publicity from Trump.
It was like an hour-long meeting about what face he should make.
Really? And he chose that one?
Yeah, that was like a big, you got all your advisors.
Steel. Yeah, all your advisors, and that's the face you make.
Lots of
fucking blue steeled him right there in the fucking police
station.
So
that was a real thought about. Here it is up here on the screen. We're trying. Oh yeah, that's the one. So that was. He's
a pouty boy.
Yeah, that was thought about. That was a big meeting they had with 6 of the top face advisors.
This is what your money's getting you. Advisors to advise you.
That's what he wants you to see right now.
See that movie. I'd see that.
We are seeing it. It's already a fucking movie.
You are watching it on TV.
Yeah, right.
But there will be a movie, I bet. Probably.
With a Tarantino twist.
Oh, that would be good.
And he's going to write a book.
I just watched Cocaine Bear last couple nights ago.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
No, it's extremely exciting.
A straight up solid movie.
It's so exciting, honestly.
I didn't, like the gore in it is pretty good. When the nurse slips down and like grinds her face.
When little miniature Billy Strings in that movie, fucking the little kid.
Yeah.
When he eats that spoonful.
Yeah, these like 8-year-olds are doing just spoonfuls of coke.
Just eating it though. Just fucking eating a spoonful of cocaine. I'm like, I would die, dude.
Yeah.
But no, he handled it. But the movie was fucking great. That was a funny movie.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Watched it with my mom.
It's the Perseid meteor shower tonight and tomorrow night, and it's supposed to be the best situation in like all the years we have ever seen it. Just from the what's the word I'm looking for? One joint does it to me, man.
Like visibility on the meteor shower?
No, the probability and like the more meteors per hour, like just
just the amount of them.
We'll pull it up and see what it says, but
so it sucks. It's on of course, one of the very few days that we have clouds.
The astronomical conditions make it for just like however the Earth is spinning. I don't know, but we got shit.
I was gonna say we're gonna see shit tonight.
It's gonna be the rainiest day in Colorado tomorrow.
Yeah,
we're supposed to get hurricane. We're gonna figure all. Okay, so
and that ends the weather segment.
Yeah, no, that's.
Oh yeah, let's go to the weather segment. Who we got on weather?
Yeah, we've been talking about weather.
We got Vince on weather.
Talking about weather. All right.
It go rain.
Are we having technical difficulties? Okay, so have you guys seen this megalodon that they've been spotting on satellites and on one side of the ocean and then the other side of the world? But that's how sharks swim. But so apparently it's like 75 feet long.
It's fucking exciting.
Yeah, it's like exciting. They have a picture of a school bus, the same satellite depth, and it's like 2 school buses big.
At least.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
And that's just what, they see a dark shape from the satellites on the ocean of
yeah, because who's gonna fucking go down there and get that picture?
No, yeah, but it's just it's probably bigger.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's kind of scary that they got these. I have a megalodon tooth in that room over there, and they're like, they eat like they could just swallow you. Like obviously swallow any.
Insane.
You, me. All of us.
They ain't gonna swallow me, bro. Know that.
No, because you're not gonna be.
I ain't gonna be out there.
I'm scared. Like that's what I mean, dude. Yeah, I don't want to be out in the middle of the ocean just with everything under there looking at you like dinner.
Yeah.
Just with your legs dangling, shouting on the surface. No fucks given, man. Just looking at the air, being a little piece of bait, and then like,
Ellie and I did that. We got engaged out in Jamaica, and we took some acid, and we were like, let's go snorkeling, and.
Oh, really?
As soon as we fucking got in that water and looked down, I was like, we don't belong here. Dude, let's get the fuck out of here.
You went when I went snorkeling, you'd have to look at one spot for the longest time, and then all of a sudden that rock is a little
it was something.
Something. Everything is.
And we were tripping hard.
That would be cool.
It was not. Tripped. No, man. It was like I realized how low I was on the food chain. I was like, let's just go back to the room.
Yeah, you gotta and not stay shallow. I mean, they say that we know more about space than we do about the ocean.
Yeah. That's the most craziest thing ever. Like that's obviously
really
not it. We know more about our ocean than we know about space.
Or we know nothing about none.
Because we know nothing about space, really. Like there's, we talked about the question mark gallery last time, or the galaxy, question mark galaxy.
Yeah.
But space goes on there's billions and billions and billions and billions of galaxies with billions of planets in them. Like it's like we don't know shit about it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the UFOs are here.
Oh, yeah, right? That's really exciting.
I saw one with Kiva 4.
I know, I love how they're like, aliens are real. Also, we found this room temperature superconductor at the same time. Just that was so convenient.
Coincidentally enough.
Oh, that
was like
exactly.
That was like I was like, at the same time,
they had the really hyper cooled semiconductor.
Yeah, so now it's room temperature, and they're like, this could change all of electronics. I'm just like, how convenient.
Did you see those rings that they have
at
shows
idiots,
where you can quantum lock it in place and then spin it around the table and then quantum lock it and then spin
I did see that when it was underneath it too.
Yeah,
and
I saw that. And you can angle it.
Yep.
And
it's stayed on track. Yeah.
That's what quantum that shit is, right? Yeah. Now they have these supercomputers that they used to have to keep cold, but now they got a room.
What's crazy is they're pretty much saying with the
room
temperature one they just discovered, there's only a little bit of footage on it, and what they're saying is pretty much obviously those super fast light rail systems, like the ones that they were talking about going, from here to Australia in hours.
Yeah.
That's insane. But they're talking about the way that we have these sightings on UFOs, and we see the way they move, and it's like up and then over real quick. They would be able to maneuver like that.
Yeah,
they would be able to build things that can maneuver like that. It's just, in my opinion, it's reverse engineering. That's all they're doing. And they're like, we found this new rock. Just so happened to find
so you think those ones that they're seeing that are going like that, like the Tic Tac that they're all talking about?
I think they're using the room temperature superconductors.
And that's our own shit?
And I think, no, I don't think it's our own shit. I think that's what we got from it.
Yeah.
My opinion. Yeah.
But that's one of our own ships that's just going like that.
Could be,
right?
absolutely. Because who knows how long they've been? Ships. Who knows how long they've been reverse engineering this shit they have? Yeah. But just now, exactly.
It sounds kind of fishy, just like Joe Rogan was saying. But it does all seem pretty.
What a coincidence!
Suspicious.
Yeah. What a coincidence
sus that they're putting it out like this. Yeah, I feel it too. I'm not
mad at anybody. I don't need to know the fucking truth because I probably can't handle it.
They don't know shit, and there's aliens out there, and we probably have been reverse engineering it.
Sure.
brings me to my last current event, and it kind of ties it up with the moon. But did you hear India just was the first to land the rover on the moon just yesterday? I think.
Did not.
Yeah, so
No.
Russia tried to land a rover on the moon like last week, and it exploded on impact.
Damn.
Exploded into the moon. But India was successful. I think it was yesterday at like 6:30 at night. I don't know. But now they have this rover coming off of their shit that they landed, and they're just, now what is it? Like, it's on the south side of the moon. But like moon mining, they're talking about like the first ones to kind of get out there, expose it, or not expose it, but like just expose the resources.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's out there. Gold,
they don't either, yeah.
But I saw some video of it today, like the rover rolling off of it, and then like it was totally leaving tracks in the moon dust, so it's like dusty there. Like I thought it would be more hard, but it's all just dust, dude.
Which is even more weird that when those craters get formed, why it doesn't go deeper.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it fills with dust, but I believe that it is a satellite put here by whoever's put us here to keep our planet. Because if that moon was on a different, our weather, our oceans would be fucked. Like it's on a 23-degree axis, or it puts Earth on a 23-degree axis. I don't know how it all works, but I think it's keeping us there.
Just the moon is
if the moon was
fascinating.
gone or blew up, we'd be dead.
Yeah,
I have a feeling.
That's crazy.
I have a hankering.
Like whenever they people worshipped the moon back in the day, like fucking thousands of years ago. I can agree with that.
And the sun too. If that sun,
that makes sense. I can see that shit.
Like there's this footage of this giant, like planet-sized thing coming up to the sun, like from the sun's photo.
It looks like it's like recharging,
and it sticks its tentacle thing out, and then it's like,
and
then it reattaches and zips off. Like, what is that?
What's that?
Fucking big planet-sized organic-looking thing that comes to our sun and taps into it,
just eats
soaks in. We look up the footage of planet-sized UFO near sun or tapping into sun. That would be it. Just put it. There it is. There.
I want to see this.
Is there? Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah. So there's a video, but I don't know if we can play we could probably play the video if we find the video. If you go to the videos, but it doesn't support it.
Looks like a sperm going into an egg.
Yeah, it does. It's very primal. Like it is like a sperm going. It's like, I don't know. Or maybe are they charging our sun up, or are they taking energy for their? I find it fascinating. Is this it?
I mean, for anything for it to get that close to the sun, that's
50-minute video. Shit. All right. Well,
buckle up, Aaron.
This is good. I'll do commentary on the video. Yeah.
It goes in. It's like that ball comes up to the surface, and a little thing like from War of the Worlds goes into the sun, and then it moving, and then it detaches, and then the ball goes away at light speed, at like absolute light speed, like next frame, just dip, but you didn't see it.
They've captured a bunch of solar flares that look insane.
Yeah.
They don't look like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a weird anomaly. So anyways, I think we went from there. Any thoughts on the India India just landed on the moon?
Just finding out about it.
You should draw that.
Might have to. Yeah.
Little rover on the fucking side.
I gotta draw. If there's something on my moon, I gotta draw.
Client red flags.
What's your favorite form of moon? Waxing crescents.
Definitely crescent moon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Definitely. A full moon's super nice. A full moon's nice, but nice crescent moon.
I feel a full moon, dude. Every time a full moon comes around, I feel
it's nice.
I feel it. When we had the full eclipse here.
Oh, yeah.
Not the full, but the 90.
Yeah,
and it went dark. All the animals stopped, and then they started going. We were all out front here, and it was
They're all like, shit, I should be asleep. Oh, wait a minute, we're good.
Yeah, it was so weird, dude. It was like, I can't imagine people back in the day that didn't really know about it, and then it happens full, during the day.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And they didn't even have the sunglasses, you know what I mean, to look at it. I don't lame.
No, dude.
I don't lame.
Just went like this. They see.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Uncle Johnny's blind. All right.
See what God did to us?
Yeah. All right, man. Well, you know what? What are you guys thinking? I think this was a great episode. The best one yet. The best one yet. Where can people find your work if they want to look you up and find? Is there? We're gonna drop the websites, but
you can do just A Brooks Art. You can search that up. But yeah, I mean, honestly,
you're hard to find on the internet.
The Instagram, Facebook, just A Brooks Art, Aaron Brooks. But it's honestly, I work with all the different companies, and they run. They do all the customer service, shipping, everything. So I work with a bunch of different.
But your
companies.
website's where to kind of go and see where every.
Just got rid of the website because I'm taking the responsibility off like shipping and selling the stuff and putting it on the companies I work with.
Like storing it, selling it.
I think what Ellie's working on something for me to kind of have like a nice about page that I could send people. But for the most part, it's been
mystery.
Nice.
I like how you have to dig.
It's been nice.
Now people are going to know more about you.
I'll tell you what, I don't need anything else on my plate right now, so it's not.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot. Well, shit, man. I just want to thank you for being on the show, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vince.
Thanks, Vince.
Love you, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming out, Aaron.
Thank the sponsors. Thank you for sponsoring the show. And all the listeners out there, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks, gang. Thanks for everything.
So we'll see you next time on Robertson Stash.
Peace.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, bud.